Let's talk about OpenClaw, which is seeing some insane growth. It has become the fastest growing project on GitHub ever. Currently at 175,000 GitHub stars, but the opinion about it is extremely divided. Some are highlighting the security flaws, others are getting all the Mac minis that they can find. There's even a hackathon solely for CloudBot or OpenClaw bots. Now, there is a lot of craziness regarding this project. The only way to figure out whether the hype is real or not is to test it out yourself. Now, here are all your options for that. The first one is to install it on your local machine or get a Mac mini. This is something I will not recommend unless you test it out. The security concerns are real. There is a lot of setup that is involved, and I won't recommend giving it access to your personal files and information to begin with. Second solution is self-managed VPS. This involves a lot of setup. We have seen publicly exposed VPS, and it's not for non-technical people. The third one is self-hosted Docker containers. Now, again, needs a lot of setup. So if you just want to test it out, it's probably not a good option either. You'll need to configure authentication, API keys, messaging, services integrations, and more. The next one is one-click cloud deploy solutions. Now, these Docker containers have much better security. However, you still need to SSH into these, provide your own API keys, configure the containers initially, and you will need to manually update any security patches that are coming in. And then there are fully managed solutions like Emergent, which doesn't have access to your personal file system. They manage updating the security patches for you, and you don't even need an API key to get started. So they're perfect for experiencing the power of projects like OpenClaw. And they're also the kind sponsors of today's video. So let me show you how to get started with OpenClaw without any setup. They make it extremely easy. And even there is a single click configuration that can get you started. Now, if you click on this, it has all the instruction for the agent to set up OpenClaw. And you don't have to worry about any configuration. Emergent takes care of everything for you. Okay, so the setup is complete. It took a couple of minutes, so it was pretty quick. Now, here's the OpenClaw setup screen that you're going to see. We'll have to sign in with your Google account. And once you sign in, you're going to have this option to set up your LLM provider API key. Now, Emergent makes it very easy to use their own default API key. So if you don't want to worry about bringing your API key, you can use that directly to test the system out. So I'm going to go with that. We're going to start the agent. Once everything is loaded, here's the interface that you're going to see. This is CloudBot or OpenClaw. Now you can send in messages here to chat with the agent. On the left-hand side, you have different controls. You also have agent skills and some other configurations. So this is basically a version of OpenClaw running on Emergent. It's very similar to if you're hosting this on VPS, but you're not dealing with any of the setup issues. Everything is directly set up for you. If I send a message like, hey, here's the response that I'm getting from the agent, I can ask something like, can you tell me about yourself? This is the first interaction, and it figures out that its identity files are blank. It's asking us what we should call them. So we need to give this a name. What kind of vibes do we want, and what kind of creature it is, right? So now we're going to be providing more and more context to the agent or OpenClaw in order for it to be more useful. And this is where the real power of these personalized assistants comes into play, because you need to provide a lot of context for it to understand you and be helpful to you. Now, for this to be more useful, we're going to build context. So let's say I can ask, tell me about the weather in LA. Okay, so here's the response that we get. The weather seems to be correct right now, but how does it know this? It all comes down to skills that it has access to. So here's the actual skill on how it's supposed to look up information about weather. And then it executes that skill using a tool call, and it is showing us the final response. Now, this gives you an indication of how you can set up different capabilities by connecting different skills. So if you go to the skills section, here's what you're going to find. These are the default skills. You can enable them. In some cases, you'll have to provide your API keys. Some of them can be enabled by just installing them. And this is the section which makes it actually powerful. One of the best places to get new skills for your OpenClaw or ClawBot is ClawHub. Now, there was a big security concern about all the different skills that are available on ClawHub, but they are actively working on it. I highly recommend to look at Jamison O'Reilly account for this. He has some really useful information on it. One is through setup. What makes OpenClaw different from other chatbots that we have seen in the past is that it's always on and it can proactively reach out to you. Now, we need to give it a mechanism in order for it to reach out to us. There are a number of different communication channels that we can set up. All of them are listed in the channels here, but we're going to use OpenClaw to help us set up Telegram. Can you help me set up Telegram so I can communicate with you? Okay, we're going to send this in. Okay, so here it simply gives us the instructions on how to set up the new bot. So I'm going to go to my Telegram account. So here in search, we're going to look for bot father. This is the account that we want to use. And now based on the instructions, we just need to say /new bot. So we're going to start a new conversation and I'm going to send the message /new bot. Okay, so it's asking me about the bot name. I'm going to just call it prompt. So I had to try a whole bunch of names to actually get a bot name working, but we finally found one. Okay, so in the message, you're going to get an API token. We're going to just paste it in here. Okay, so saying that all the setup is complete. Now let's test it out. So I'm going to look for my bot name. Okay, so it's here. We're going to click on start. So I got my pairing code when I clicked on start. So we're going to just paste that here. Okay, so on Telegram, I'm just sending this message. All right, and we got back a response. Pretty neat. So once you have that, you can start building the context that the agent can use to know about you and help you out more. Now, to test it out, you do get some free credits from Emergent that will give you an idea of how this whole system works. Or you can publish your bot where it's going to charge you 50 credits per month. But in this case, the agent is going to be available for you to chat anytime you want. Right now, I have it running. So do check it out on Emergent. This will give you a really good experience of what the potential capabilities of this OpenClaw bot is and whether this is something for you or not. Anyways, I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.